Hey folks, we are back with that ranger we started here the other day, playing through a little bit of EverQuest. Hopefully I've got my recording set a little better so that you can actually hear what I'm saying and hear the music behind on EverQuest here. But again, this is that ranger that we started the other day. Nothing special yet, level 1, just getting started. But I thought while I'm working on trying to build up some levels here, that I'd give you a run through on how the mercenaries work. Alright, so all around the various major cities of Norath, there are these mercenary liaisons, and you can use them to basically get a helper, a computer-run party member. I think they added this in as some server populations were struggling, because it really does make it a lot easier for a person to be able to play by themselves if you have a hard time finding a group, because not all classes are set to be able to solo very well. That is part of why I picked the Rangers. They solo pretty well. But so if you right click on these guys, it pops up some various merchant options. So from this person you can get an apprentice or a journeyman mercenary. The difference being essentially how powerful they are, some of their skills and whatnot. The journeyman mercenaries you can only use if you have an all-access account with Daybreak Games, which is I don't know, what is it, $20-25 a month now, which I don't have enough time to play to be worth that. But the apprentice works just fine. There are a few different tiers, tier 1 through tier 4. To be honest, I've never done anything with the lower tiers. I always go straight to tier 5 because I can, and I assume it's better, I guess. I can see the confidence level is changing, so how likely they are to join you in a fight. And there's 4 different basic types of mercenaries. There are tanks, there are healers, there are damage casters, and then there are melee damage. And I'll just take some time here, and I'll get each one of them, and we'll play with them for a while and kind of show you what they do a little bit. Now bear in mind that we are only at level 1, so a lot of their spiffs and perks aren't going to be showing here, but you'll be able to get the idea. So I'm going to start with the melee damage. So we hit higher, and it pops up this mercenary management window here, and if that ever goes away, it's just the shield up on top. And it would show that there are multiple mercenaries. I have a second slot that I can get. I paid for that, so I could get a second mercenary, but we'll just do the one for now. So here's my my mercenary, computer-generated folk. The melee damage mercenaries are essentially rogues, and he'll follow me if I run around. See, he says, "Oh, wait for me, wait for me," and he'll help me out in a fight. So if I come out, let's go take on this scary-looking rabbit here. And I give him a kick, and I'm just going to hold off to attack so we can see. See, he'll jump back behind him and start swinging his daggers, and he'll attack the bad guy as well. Bad guy, the rabbit, such a bad guy. So rogues do get a cool ability that's kind of the foundation of their damage output is backstab, and which is why, if you watch, he'll actually make sure he's back around behind him to be able to get that backstab damage in there. So the melee damage, hey, look at that, level 2, woohoo! Ready? Happy dance. Oh yeah, level 2. Anyway, melee damage mercenaries, that's essentially what they do, they're rogues, so they get behind the bad guys, and they whack them. See, so he comes up here again, and wait for it. Oh, we killed the snake too fast. He got there, but a little too late. So this is great if you're if you've already got a tank, if you're playing a fighter, or maybe a paladin or a shadow knight or something. The melee damage mercenaries are going to be great for helping with some of that damage output. But if you're already playing a DPS, a damage per second folk like I am, It's not the most fitting. I'm already a melee damage sort of person. So let's switch up to version number 2. Let's try a damage caster. So we'll hire the damage caster. And while I'm at it... oh, it's not going to let me switch back for another few minutes. So we've got our damage caster out, which is essentially a wizard. Essentially. It's exactly a wizard. So now we can go out, and I'll show you what they do. Again, I'm just going to walk up and kick so that we can highlight what our mercenary is going to do here. See, they're casting, boom, they nuke. That's pretty much all the damage caster mercenaries do, is they drop nukes. So if we get the snake fighting us, and boom. Now, mercenaries are not pets, so you can't just send them out to go do your dirty work for you. They're not going to... there's not a command to make them go out and attack something. They're really only going to help once the battle has started. So I'm just looking around again here. Yeah, here's another snake. I like fighting these snakes to begin with because, like I showed you before on the barter window there, folks will buy the snake eggs for trade skills. Hey, and look at that. Taunt increased to level 11. So now that we've hit level 2... Ooh, I should take that. There we go. Let me show you here in skills. Now my maximum skill level for everything went up. So for one-hand blunt, piercing, slashing, you know, all my weapon skills went up. I could do a maximum of 20. Some spell casting skills, so we should go look and see if we can get spells. We'll do that shortly. But yeah, so now as I do these skills, I'll be able to increase my ability in them. So taunt, for example, if I come down to taunt, went up to 11 out of 15. So now as I'm swinging my sword, I'm going to be able to hit harder. So I think I'm going to split off for a little bit. Well, let's see. Will it let me get rid of my... No, it's not going to let me get rid of these guys yet. So I'm going to dismiss these guys. So you got to be careful. When you dismiss, that is getting rid of them permanently. So I just permanently got rid of both of those mercenaries. Not a big deal because I can come back here and rehire a new mercenary. But if, because those two mercenaries aren't ones I wanted to keep around, I'm already a damage-focused class, so I don't want to keep one of those around. What I'm going to want to use long term is I'm going to want a tank, so I'll hire a tank. Oh, and I'm going to want a healer, so I'll hire one of those. But it's not going to let me do that for a little bit. There we go. And I got my healer, which is a cleric. Then I'll get a tank, which is a fighter. So here, I'll show you the tank. One really nice thing you can do with these tank mercenaries, over in the group settings, you can set their role to main tank. It gets this little shield by their name. And then if you're in a group with other folks, if you're fighting more than one bad guy at a time, they will taunt and hold that aggro. They will hold. They will run around to all of the different bad guys you're fighting and keep them all attacking them. So they're pretty good at keeping that up. But again, much like the melee damage, see here, once we start fighting, our tank here will... What are you doing? Oh, passive. There we go. Set his status to aggressive, so he helps. He'll come in and he'll not only attack, but he'll also taunt and try to keep the bad guy attacking him rather than us. Or her. Sorry, her. My bad. Hey, look, defense level 6. Getting better at things. So again, that's what so that would leave me free to attack as well. So that's what the tank mercenary does. At these low levels, they really put out so much extra damage that you're going to level really fast. And the danger there is that your skills kind of get left behind. So as soon as it'll let me here, I'm going to switch over to the healer. And that way I can keep fighting and I can keep building my own skills. All the healer's going to do is keep me alive. Nice thing, once you hit higher levels, the healers actually will resurrect party members if they die. So if you're playing with friends and somebody gets killed, they can resurrect and bring back some of that, bring them back to life and restore some of their experience. Because at higher levels, you do lose experience when you die. I don't think that starts to level like 10, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out as we play here. But you do lose experience as you go eventually. And I love that I'm getting all of these eggs. As you can see here, I'm very wealthy for a second level character because I was able to sell a fair bit of this stuff. Let me sell a couple more. And I got 2. Alright, so here's our last of the 4 main types of mercenaries that are options for you. This is my favorite if I'm playing a melee class. Because it does give me a better chance at keeping my own weapon skills and such up. But this is the healer. They are essentially, not essentially, why do I keep saying that? They're literally clerics. And probably only because I'm level 2, so it isn't yet, but they will keep up hit point and armor class buffs as well. But they'll also heal you as you get hurt. So if I find... snaky, there's a snake. I could track it. Remember the skill tracking, very useful. But, so if I come up and I start hitting the snake, as I start to get hurt, I'm going to turn off my main weapon so it hits me a few more times. Here you can see my mercenary back there. Come on, snake, hit me. Hit me! No, I'm not going to get hit enough. Come on. Hey, taunt's up to 13. Alright, this isn't going to cut it. Alright, whatever. Whack him. But they'll heal. They'll keep you healed. As they level up, just like everything else, they get better better heals, more effective heals, things like that. So there is... that's the basics on mercenaries. Well, I'm going to keep the healer up for the foreseeable future here. And we're just going to start plowing our way through these first couple of levels. In a little bit, I'll show you how to go... Ooh, look at this. Hey, good deal. Sorry, I was going to say in a little bit I'll show you how to do spells, but here, let me show you this quick. So they added this Defiant gear, so the Crude Defiant Chain Bracer, that is going to give me a whole bunch of spiffs. So this is armor that I can wear, and not only will it does it give me some bonus to armor, 6 additional armor class, it's going to boost my hit points, my mana, my endurance, my resistances, and all of my core stats. So these are going to make a big difference in my effectiveness, right? Having decent gear makes a big difference, and it'll make me look cooler. So let's zoom in a little bit. These are bracers, so it should show up on my arms. Oh, sad. Come on. Oh, there they are. So I got some nice blue armor now. And look at that. And if you look over here at my various statistics, you can see it makes a difference in all of them. It gives me an additional hit point. Now I don't get the full benefit because the recommended level is 10. So you can see before I put it on, all of these bonuses showed something more than I get right now because I'm not at level 10. As I get closer to level 10, that'll get better and better and better. So there we are. There's mercenaries and the basics of some armor. So until next time, hopefully maybe tonight I'll get a little more in. Catch you later. Bye-bye.